Welcome to the first ever episode of Tampa Talk Sports Talk. I am your handsome host, James Keogh. Yes, I know what you're thinking. This suit is way too big, and yes, this is a real sports show. A lot to review today, so let's jump right into it. We're going to talk about how NFL players' ACLs and ankles are getting absolutely demolished. Then we'll talk about how my NFL fantasy dreams are being crushed. The Jets suck. Tampa Tommy finally returns to Tampa in a big way. We'll check on the weather report in Atlanta, then we'll talk about the good games of the week. We'll hit up last night's matchup. Then we'll have to cover sports that we have to cover because this is a sports show. Then we will talk about Week 3's matchup, Thursday Night Football, to be clear. And then we'll recap the show. Injury bug is at the bat for Week 2. Seems like everybody and their mother got injured this week. Reports are coming out that the injury page is going to be like 3 pages long for Week 3, which is absolutely disgusting. We'll talk about some key injuries real quick. Seems like everybody important on the 49ers got injured this week against the Jets. Of course, not an important game, but typical 49er fashion. Reports coming out of the 49ers organization that are saying that the turf was bad at MetLife. Obviously, the Jets denied. Christian McCaffrey's out for 4 to 6 weeks with the ankle injury. GG's to whoever drafted him for the first pick. Saquon Barkley's ACL is gone. GG's again to whoever drafted him, second pick. Reports coming out of the Broncos organization saying that Drew Lock will be singing and rapping Jeezy from the bench for the next 2 to 3 weeks with a shoulder injury. Tyrod Taylor reportedly had chest pain, and they told Justin Sherbert about 30 seconds before kickoff, "Hey, bud, take the reins. This is all you." Devontae Adams pulls a hammy and ruins my fantasy week, and there's just too many to even report on to continue this conversation. We'll talk about my fantasy fuck-ups real quick. If you drafted Saquon Barkley, GG's. Just look forward to next year. Your season is over. Julian Edelman bullies me this week. Did mediocre against Miami. Then he's questionable all week with a knee injury. So I said, you know what? Against the Seahawks, a little higher level team than Miami, I'm going to put him on the bench. He ain't doing anything good this week. Turns out I was fucking wrong. He goes off for 21 points. So that just was a slap in the mouth. And then I said last week, my sleeper is Sammy Watkins. I saw Patrick Mahomes dine him up. In week 1, I said, you know what? I think he's going to go off against the Los Angeles Chargers. Boy, was I wrong. If someone could have told me that he was going to show up to the fourth quarter, and then when he does show up, catches one pass for 11 yards and gets absolutely destroyed, takes a shot straight to the dome, and is out for the rest of the game. So thank you for the 2 points, and thank you for the loss, Sammy Watkins. But I'm not giving up hope. Even though all of my leagues, I have 3 leagues, and they're all 0-2 right now. I think I can win them. I've won every year, and I'm going to stand with that. Sleepers for you guys for week 3. I think Deshaun Jackson is a sleeper. Now, I know he's rostered in 57.6% of ESPN fantasy leagues, but the reason why I think he's a sleeper is because Carson Wentz can't hit the side of a fucking barn if he tried to. But when he does hit the side of the barn, it is to Deshaun Jackson. Next week, we're playing the Bengals, and their secondary is kind of shit. And I think Deshaun Jackson is going to go off for 100 yards. So if you can pick him up, I would get him. Jerick McKinnon. He's available he's rostered in 18.9% of ESPN leagues, which means he is most likely available. I predict that he's going to go off. Corey Davis, he's rostered in 27.2% of ESPN leagues. Now with Brown out with the knee injury, I see Tannehill dotting him up in the end zone consistently next week. All right. How bad can the fucking Jets be? Well, the answer's simple. Fucking bad. There's really nothing to talk about this except for, the fact that Adam Gaines is a goddamn joke. But we'll look into Jets fans and what they see. This was a typical trend on all the Jets social media pages, including YouTube comment section, which was absolutely roasting the fuck out of this guy. Fire Gaze was a typical comment you saw. Also, this guy's a fucking joke. This team is a joke. If you see here in the bottom left of the screen, Jets fan page posted a poll, and 84% of the fans said they wanted to see Adam Gase fired. So, Jets will do what the Jets usually do and screw up and not fire Gase until probably week 16. Or maybe they'll keep him. They say fuck it. Tampa Tommy finally arrives back into TPA. Now, I was excited to see Tampa home with Tom Brady because last week I felt like it was a dud. But he goes for 23 and 35 and throws for 217 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I'm hearing a lot of fucking hoopla about this 1 interception because he threw a couple last week, and this week he threw 1, and people are fucking, oh, he should, oh, great, another Jameis. You guys are fucking stupid. You're in a Bruce Arians offense, you're going to throw fucking interceptions. It's high risk, high reward. Even with Chris Godwin out, Tom Brady throws 6 passes for over 20 yards. One of them was connected for a touchdown. The other one was intercepted, and then, they caught one. It was whatever. Fournette shows up in a big fucking way, finally, after getting dropped by the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars, that shit of a squad. He gets picked up by the Bucs, and he fucking goes off, gets 2 touchdowns, puts a running game on his back. I think single-handedly he takes the Bucs to the victory. Bucs offense is starting to live up to their fucking expectation, which is kind of scary if you ask me. Honestly, if you're in the NFC South, your buttholes better be puckered because these fuckers are coming and they're coming after throats. Weather report from Atlanta. It's real simple. The weather was this week. You're gonna need your fucking umbrellas for the Atlanta Falcon fan tears. It's torrential downpour. Falcons blow another fucking lead. It's honestly kind of funny. They were leading 29-10 at half against the fucking Cowgirls. Who do you blame for this loss? There's a lot to blame. I blame the fucking hands team for the Falcons. I also blame the coach. I also blame, no one just being aware. Someone needs to check up on the special teams. The fucking onside kick. I'm going to get into this real quick. The onside kick. They had 9 yards to jump on it. I don't know why the fuck they would watch it. They said, let's risk it. Let's see if it goes 10 yards. Why the fuck would you try? You literally had the game right there. All some fat fuck needed to do was just jump on the ball and cover it. But no, they just let the fucking Cowboys win. I feel like Jerry Jones paid off fucking the whole Atlanta fucking organization. All right, well, that's going to happen a lot. But I feel like they paid off the whole fucking Atlanta organization, and guess what? They fucking got the W. And it didn't help that the Falcons didn't, seal the deal in the red zone. They were kicking too many fucking field goals. They had too many missed opportunities. The defense couldn't stop the god Dak fucking Prescott. In other news, Cowboys fans are way too fucking happy, and Jason Garrett is still clapping today from the Giants organization. We'll talk about some good games in week 2, baby. Kansas City wins his fucking OT. Now, of course, if you're like me, you would say, when you look at the matchup last Sunday, you're gonna be like, wow, this is gonna be disgusting. They're gonna beat the brakes off the fucking Chargers. Well, guess what? Andy fucking Reid wasn't expecting Justin Herbert to fucking show up and fucking take names. Kick ass to take names. Even though they still lost, Kansas City beat them, obviously. Butt kicker, fucking player of the game. He kicks 3 fucking field goals in OT to seal it. One of them was iced. One of them was a false start. So they moved it back 5 yards to make it 57. Reports coming out from the Pat McAfee show where he did an interview that the son of a bitch was kicking from fucking 63 yards and then 70 yards fucking before the game. So there is no doubt in this guy's mind that he would have made it. He's an absolute stud. I love him. In other news, Andy Reid can finally see. He finally knows what fucking defog spray is, and his mask is his mask is clear. he's not in a fishbowl anymore. It looks like he was a goddamn fish last week, as you can see. Green Bay dominates again. The second game in a row where they scored over 40 points. This time it wasn't Aaron Rodgers going off because of Devontae Adams getting injured in the game. But Aaron Jones goes fucking off. And if I had bad luck, my fantasy, one of my leagues, I played Aaron Jones and Julian Edelman was on the other team. So, and Seattle Seahawks quarterback, fucking Russell Wilson. We'll talk about that a little later. He's a fucking stud. But anyways, Aaron Jones goes off, just dismantles the fucking Detroit Lions, that sorry-ass organization. I don't care what you got to say. Justin Herbert makes his debut fucking 30 seconds before the game. Coach comes up and says, "Bud, Tyrod is had some chest pain, so here you go." Throws in the fucking ball. It's like when your dad gives you the keys when you're younger. He's like, "Take it for a spin, son." He goes off, not really go. I guess when you could say against the Chiefs, because the Chiefs weren't really clicking. I don't think they were clicking. They had like an off week, but he goes for 22 to 33 and throws for 311 yards, which is a great first game. Kyler Murray dismantles the. We have an error. That is on me. It is not called the Washington Redskins. It is called the Washington Football Team. I take that back. Apologies. To anyone who I offended, which is probably absolutely no one. Kyler Murray dismantles the Washington Football Team, breaking ankles, fucking juking people out. This guy, Kyler Murray, I see him being MVP in the next couple years. He is a stud. Helps that they had DeAndre Hopkins, and it helps that the Washington Football Team couldn't find just a rhythm. They were off. Haskins was missing players, just throwing over people's heads. It was kind of terrible, honestly, compared to the week before where they just beat the brakes off the Philadelphia Eagles. Speaking about the Philadelphia Eagles, they're on track to have a top 5 pick this year. The team just needs to do fucking better. Carson Wentz is throwing over people. I feel like he still thinks that everybody's fucking injured, which we are injured. We always have this injury problem for some fucking reason. But I feel like he's putting the team on his back, which is a problem because he can't do that, because he can't keep up with that pressure. But he's fucking overthrowing guys when he has no pressure in the pocket. Our offensive line did pretty decent against Aaron Donald last week. Pretty decent. I think Carson Wentz got sacked maybe once or twice. Did pretty fucking decent. But guess what? Buddy was still throwing over fucking people's heads. Why? Because he feels pressured that he needs to make the play even though it's not there. Just team needs to do better defense. Miles Sanders went off, which was good, I guess. He's back, not injured, thank fuck. But next week we play the Bengals. We haven't beat the Bengals since fucking 2000. So I don't even know how the fuck this is gonna go. If we lose to the Bengals, I'm hoping for a first round pick. I want fucking Howie gone. I want fucking Carson Wentz. If he does another performance like that, I love the guy, but Jesus Christ, I want him fucking out of town too. New England falls to the fucking Seahawks, which it was a great Sunday night game. Just really great Sunday night game, last minute to the last fucking play. You gotta love the primetime games that are really good. Honestly, Russell Wilson is a fucking stud. DK Metcalf is a beast. Julian Edelman went off. It was just the defenses really struggled that game because the offense, I feel like, even though it wasn't for like a lot of yards and it wasn't really it was a high score, but it wasn't that high. I feel like the defense really struggled to just stop the offenses because Cam Newton. All right, I'm going to talk about Cam Newton real quick. This guy, I don't have a picture of it, but I'm sure you guys watched the play. He was on the 1 yard line. I feel like if he would have went fucking out, he could have beat the guy one-on-one. This guy goes straight up the middle and gets absolutely demolished at the ankles. Guy does almost a front flip, and they lose the game. I feel like if he would have ran to the outside a little bit more, I feel like he would have beat the linebacker. But anyways, I'm not the coach of the New England Patriots. Bill Belichick is fucking stud of a dude. Cam, yeah, I said that. Cam could have fucking won the game. Monday night matchup. All right, this was a good matchup, I guess I heard from. Didn't really fucking didn't really watch the game, but from what I heard and what I saw from the reviews and from the recaps, Las Vegas Raiders won, obviously 34-24. Drew Brees struggles without Mikey Tom. I think he did. There was a lot of missed passes that he had that Michael Thomas could catch if it was Michael Thomas. He was throwing them a little too high, a little too to the side, to the left. Doesn't matter. They lose. Even though he threw for 300 yards, which is, again, disgusting. Raiders defense needs to click that up. Like I said, I didn't watch the game because I was fucking depressed about my fantasy team. In other news, I heard that Derek Carr signed the wall, so they would know who to blame when the season goes fucking off. So, off the rails. So, good guy, Derek Carr. Thank you for signing the wall in the stadium. Sports that we have to go over because we are a sports show. MLB news. The Rays are 1 win away from taking the AL East. Let's fucking go. Been big Rays fan since I was a kid, watching with my grandmother, and finally we get to see a decent season. So hopefully the Rays will do good in the playoffs, but knowing the Rays, they won't. NBA news. LeBron and the Lakers are up 2-0. They play the Nuggets tonight. They need to get a little spicy because if the Lakers go up 3-0, their Lakers aren't going to sweep the Nuggets. In other news, Bronny gets lit for his father, you know? He's fucking smoking a doobie. He's like, good win, Dad. I'm going to fucking light up a big blunt smoking my friends. Boston gets the win over Miami last night to try to even the series. I honestly think between this series, Boston and Miami, I think Miami's going to win, and it's going to be a 4-1. The series number is going to be 4-1. NHL news. Lightning ties the series last night up 1-1. But the Lightning's offense needs to be more consistent. You can't fucking score 3 goals in the first period and then expect to survive it off the rest of the game. You cannot do that. The Lightning got really lucky. The final score was 2-3. They didn't score since the first period, like I said. Honestly, I don't know who's going to win this game. I'm looking for Wednesday night. Whoever wins Wednesday's game, I feel like is going to win the series. If Lightning ties up the series, if the Lightning takes the lead 2-1, it's the Lightning's series to lose. But if the fucking Islanders, those trash-ass fucking team, I hate them, if they fucking win, they're going to win the series. And another failed year for the Lightning if that happens. My final thoughts of week 2. Week rating, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10, you know. It was a terrible week for the players. They fucking need to revive sign. Someone needs to help them out. Bad week for fantasy managers. You know, a lot of players fucking went out this week, got injured. It's really bad, honestly. I think there's always a week like this during the year. Last year, I think it was week 3. This year is week 2. But you got to get through it for just NFL teams and fantasy managers, even though fantasy managers don't really give a fuck unless you have money on the line. You got to get through this week. You got to scavenge the fucking waiver wires and just pick up these sleepers, man. I'm telling you, my sleepers are going to hit. Fucking telling you. And how do teams bounce back? Well, if you're the Jets, you just fucking don't. If you're Detroit Lions, you better hope you guys win, or the fucking head coach is gone. He's going to be gone before the Adam Gase, unfortunately, because Detroit kind of knows what the fuck they're doing. Even though I think Detroit's cursed, they have to pay Calvin Johnson his money or they will not win. Eagles bounce back by beating the brakes off of fucking Joey Burrow and the Bengals. Even though it will not happen, knowing the Eagles, they will make it a fucking close game. Teams that lost this week, that was a heartbreak. Chargers, I think you're on the right fucking track. Start Joey Sherbert, bro. Fuck Tyrod Taylor. That guy's fucking trash. Never liked him. I don't care if he's respecting the goddamn locker room. That's not how you win NFL games. Respect doesn't go anywhere. It's all about the points. And Joey Sherbert fucking showed up against the Super Bowl champions. That's why I'm so heavy on fucking Sherbert right now. Washington football team, just fucking, I don't care about y'all. Y'all can lose the rest of your games. Same with the New York Giants. You guys better hope you guys fucking win, because you guys are sorry too. Fucking hate NFCs. Cowboys, fuck you. But that's the show, guys. I know it's a short show. Our show on Friday will be maybe a little bit longer, a little bit more interesting. This was kind of put together last minute. Thought of it, said fuck it. Thought I did a pretty decent job. I don't really care. But we will have phone calls next Friday. We will have our picks for the weekend. It will be a lot more creative and a lot more maybe original, so you say. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We're going to be here Tuesday and Fridays every week for the next, NFL year. We may do past that because right now we're sports loaded. We got the NBA, the NHL, the MLB, and the NFL playing all at once, which I don't think that's ever fucking happened before. But you know what? I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I'm excited. Just sports are back. Football's back. Even though it's week 2, this is week 1 talk. Football's back, baby, and it's better than ever. Like I said, predictions coming. We'll have special guests. It's gonna be a good time. So I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching the show. Hopefully y'all enjoyed, and I'll see you Friday.